December 18, 2024, the Federal Reserve has just adjusted the interest rates by 225 basis points. What does that mean? Look at the market. You saw what happened. The market was down more than 1,200 points. Was this an intentional adjustment to further deteriorate what is approaching for the new administration? Was there some clandestine circumstance when the interest rates were reduced by 50 basis points a couple of months ago? We've had 3 interest rate adjustments in the last 3 months, when we went months with no adjustments. Just adjustments that were made were just to take the markets, to take the interest rates higher. And it took it very high. It took it to the point where America is concerned about its tomorrow. The economy is in shambles, but yet taxpayer money supports the ability to have someone address the circumstance in the reverse. If you cannot see that the United States economy is in shambles, go to your local grocery store. If you think what they charge, the peddling of what they charge in those stores is worth the price you pay, do me a favor, just deliver your money to me. I'll take it. Because for what you receive, it's not worth it. We're constantly looking for coupons. We're coming up with all kinds of little tricky names to try to make you think that you're saving money by going to these little small associated stores that apparently may not have an impact on your wallet. But they are having an impact, because those little processes that they go through are just temporary to get you in the door. Remember the carrots catch rabbits. We've experienced another 1,200 drop, which probably wiped out the majority of the gains that occurred based on the euphoria that the markets experienced on November 5th, when the world realized that there was going to be a regime change, an adjustment to the political system in the United States. People spoke loudly. A resounding win. The popular vote. The House. The Senate. And states are slowly but surely being absolved. We're going to experience, coming into this election, a market that is going to fail. Unfortunately, the new regime will be accepting a failing economy, inflation, and a market that's poised to fail. But hope is present, because they've got 4 years to figure it out. Why does the American people have to be under the tyranny of an individual who cannot figure out how to control the economy? who persistently provides incorrect information, admits through multiple gumbled words that they have been wrong, but tries to preserve face by trying to confuse the less intelligent listener. They say our economy is built on an eighth grade level. Well, I assure you, an eighth grader listening to the comments that are usually rambled in an FOC meeting would never walk away understanding a word. Why? Because it's designed to confuse you. Has nothing to do with your intelligence. But if you speak in a speech to the American people, assuming that they're all rocket scientists, when most of them barely graduated from high school and graduated from college because of the grace of somebody's money, your whole goal is to confuse, to mislead. But believe it or not, there are billions that are on the same level or greater. And your confusion that you try to trump up fails. You admit several times in the last few months that you've been wrong, but you still continue to pursue that you are meeting your mark. 2% is on the horizon, but it may take us until 2027 to get there. My friend, you will be long gone by 2027. And guess what else? You cannot make any more decisions under this current administration's benefit to change the interest rates. Every change you make going forward, effective January 20th, will be challenged. And even if you win the power to make the change, you're only going to be damaging the economy even more if it's not what the American people want. How is it that we have a branch of service separate from the government making decisions about taxpayers' economics? It makes no sense. It needs to be reviewed. We, as Americans, spend our hard-earned money attempting to make a living in this system that we did not create. Most Americans want only the best for themselves, their families, their loved ones, friends, and the world. We witness the new administration's leader ringing the stock bell just a few weeks ago. Why do you think that is? Why was it so worldly accepted? Because the world is ready for change. 1218 dropping down 1,200 points because of a 0.25 basis point reduction in the interest rate tells you you're in error. And the market's falling. There has been an incredible increase in market activity since November 5th. So much as it's basically blinded everybody of all of the activity that was not happening January 1, 2024 through May to June of 2024. But when it became apparent that there would be a regime change, the markets have celebrated the last few months. Unfortunately, when that change does occur, there will be adjustments coming to everyone in the markets. 1929, 1720, 1987, 2002, 2008, 2020. Those numbers represent destruction in our stock markets. What will be the next number? We need to work together as a nation, not Democrat, not Republican, together to solve the world's problems, first in the United States. Why do we have this internal conflict? 360 million people can't seem to figure this out. November 5th, 2024, the market was up over 1,400 points. The world celebrated. We're now in a situation where we only have about 30 days of the current administration left. We can't seem to figure out how to prevent the government from shutting down. We can't seem to understand why war should be something of the past. We can't seem to understand we're spending too much money in too many agencies. Trillions of dollars being spent for certain groups, some unnecessarily. Absolutely, you need to have some of these positions in order to have a constructive government. But it needs to be reviewed. The stock market, you can expect, as I have warned over the last 3 to 4 months, it's going down. You're going to have some up days. They're going to make you feel good. You're going to want to pump some more money into the market. Market has been overvalued for quite some time. Think about your investments. Use protection. Because remember, even if you are using protection, for instance, stop losses, you probably will get stopped out. Why? Because every single thing you do on the market is under investigation. It's under review. Remember, every time someone buys a stock or sells a stock, there's a winner and a loser. Information. You want it, you have it. You may not use it the way someone on the other side can, but they benefit from the use of it. Don't be on the side that's the losing side. It's what they say. If you don't have the information, you're probably the person that's going to get hurt. There's an old saying that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense in this era. Pigs get slaughtered. You've got to know, you've got to have new information. You got to know how to get the new information. Staying up all night long, researching charts, making the world think that you're smart. You're not as smart as you think you are. Those charts don't mean anything. Most of that information is decades old. Might as well be, even though if it was 3 months old, it might as well be decades old. The market changes every second. It's already decided what it's going to do, just as you just saw with the most recent presidential election. The markets knew what was going to happen. It celebrated when it accomplished its goal. No, we're not as smart as we think we are. Smart ones right now are not the buyers and holders. They're the scalpers, the scum, the day traders, the ones that you hate to talk about, but they're the ones that's making the money. Retailers, you're pouring it in, they're taking it. Wall Street is against you as well. All the houses, they're designed to take advantage of you. Be smart. Don't listen to the 60-40 concept. That process died 30, 40, 50 years ago. They're still selling it. But I know grandpas that have 100% of their so-called retirement in the market. But guess what? He's smart enough to realize the party is over. We don't hear the music anymore. What's next? I'll tell you what's next. Destruction of the markets, rebuilding of the market after the destruction. If you've got great profits, nothing goes up forever. Remember that. If you're losing money because you had a market that basically took trillions of dollars off the market, 12, 18, that should be a wake-up call. Get your money out or figure out a better way to invest it. Because stocks, bonds, mutual funds, futures, commodities, I don't care what you invest in, you're going to lose money. You're riding right now on the cryptocurrency wave. Remember this conversation. Nothing goes up forever. Believe me, the plans are already in play. I caveat this recording, caveat emptor. You have to believe that my conversations are for entertainment purposes only. Do not use this information to your benefit. I am not here to advise you. This is only entertainment. Thank you for listening to my podcast on YouTube.